Well done, Sam. But you haven't quite passed the test yet. Come on up to the top floor. It'd be a shame if we didn't meet after you went to all this trouble.
Wonder who that could be. Yeah, now that we're done fighting Ray, things are just relatively quiet. I've always liked that after boss fights. You know, it's just a big open room now. So there's actually quite a lot of stuff to collect here in the hangar. We're gonna be here for a little while longer. First off, we want to jump up onto this little platform, open the chest. It'll give us another fuel cell plus, and now we can head over to the other side of the room. And we've got kind of a system of catwalks here that, thanks to Sam's double jump and mid-air dash ability, we can kind of maneuver along here. So we can make our way over to these silver boxes, then up to this catwalk, and this will lead us to our next VR mission. VR mission number 3 is another eliminate all enemies, but it's a little bit different because for whatever reason it's like kind of dark in here. I guess it's supposed to be like nighttime. It's not really too tough to see, but if enemies get too far away, you can lose them a little bit. So we take out one guy there just because they get really annoying when trying to deal with this raptor. You can see that I have actually taunted it. When you do that, it's probably a good bet to just use hit and run tactics. You know, kind of come in, use a quick charge attack, and then leave just to get enough damage and to execute it. So let's go. That guy, what did you say? That guy just like flew up. I was gonna get him too, but well, I guess not anymore. All right, so now you can see the lights of some heads in the distance here. We've got a couple masters to take care of. They're a little bit annoying as well. I don't usually like to charge, rather to taunt them, because I kind of like being able to counter. It does a fair amount of damage to them, and you know their attacks are pretty slow and pretty easy to take advantage of. A little early there, I think. But, you know, you can do enough damage with just kind of regular heavy attacks and countering that, you know, it doesn't really take too long. It's better than trying to just hit them and then run away. Also, I think if you taunt them, their grabs are faster. Like the one where they normally wait for like the 2 pulses and then run after you. They'll pretty much just start instantly. So it can make it a lot harder to avoid those types of things. Good charge there. And then once it's one-on-one, it's basically no trouble. And you can see getting a couple fully charged hits in actually makes things quite a lot quicker. So, you know, always be looking for opportunities to do that. And this is also another one that's going to give us a reward. But remember how I said there were only 2 of them that will, so that means there's no more rewards to be had from VR missions. The rest of them are just for fun. So it looks like we're done here, but before we get off this catwalk, we want to jump up to the next layer here. Oh, I kind of messed that up, but we managed to salvage it. We want to get up here. There we go, that's what I was trying to do. And you can see we've got these fans here that provide a nice, convenient way for us to jump across. It can be a little tough to tell exactly where you are, but, you know, with a little practice, you kind of learn to get used to it. And there is our 3rd data storage. So we're pretty much halfway on just about all of the collectibles, it seems. And we can, of course, recollect everything in here if we want. Let's just go ahead and continue forward for now. Make our way up onto these boxes and to the next catwalk. Another item over here. Got another fuel cell pack. Or electrolyte pack, don't want to confuse it with the fuel cell plus. And we got this little thing on our way. There's a couple ways you could take care of it. One, you could just, you know, sort of dash around. 2, you could be kind of cool and use some blade mode. And then just dash by once it goes down. That's kind of cool as well, but, you know, whatever suits your fancy. And before we activate the button over there, we want to head up onto this ledge, onto this next catwalk. And then we got to make a tricky jump to utilize all of our movement skills to make it up here and get this next collectible. Okay, so now we're finally done in the hangar. Told you we'd be here a little while, didn't I? So we've got kind of a little transition area here. This is one we did not see as Raiden, because obviously we definitely couldn't get all the way up here. So we got a couple of heavy cyborgs. It kind of looks like you could sneak past them, but it kind of turns out that they really notice you no matter what when you try to open the door, so you might as well just take them on. They're pretty easy as Sam because they're so slow. You can usually get a good shot in while they're taunted. We've also got a couple sliders around here. Well, that one hit me with a rocket. Nice shot. And we can get free Zandatsus off of them, though, remember, with the charged aerial attack. And you can also kind of use them to make up your Zandatsu stat if you miss a Zandatsu on one of the heavy cyborgs. Because for some reason it doesn't seem to count the sliders as Zandatsu targets. So, you can kind of use that to make one up. Alright, so let's just taunt the last guy and we should be able to take him down with a couple charge attacks here. That was poorly timed, but whatever. And I'm surprised he has not been weakened enough to be Zandatsu'd yet. Okay, you can really stop doing that now. There. Close enough. I didn't know the timing of that shoulder charge because I've never really had it used against me. Alright, well, a little embarrassing on the last guy, but we pulled out fine anyway.
You're everything they said you were, Sam. Yet still so naive.
And how is that?
Outfits like ours, they're living things. You can't destroy them with violence alone. You may kill a part of it, a limb or two, but the main body will survive.
Then I'll just have to kill all of it. All of you.
We're not some band of favela thugs. I told you, our outfit is a living thing, with offspring, with influence. Our memes. You've destroyed plenty of street gangs all over the world. Yet, are we any closer to world peace?
I'm not here for the world. I'm here for myself.
Well, that's more like it. Let's just see how far that attitude gets you here, shall we?
So, of course, these conversations also kind of underscore the difference in story between Sam and Raiden. Raiden was always going on about dispensing justice and everything, but Sam, he's just here for revenge. He's here for himself. So, it's good, just kind of an interesting little difference. You can definitely tell we're playing as a different character. Okay, so now we've made it to the Japanese garden, and this is actually relatively undefended. It's actually pretty easy to take out the enemies here. Before we do that, though, we want to make our way up to this maintenance catwalk. Remember, this is where Raiden actually made his way through. So in some senses, we're kind of going backwards through the tower. I'm not entirely sure how that all works, but, this door right here was the one he went through. It just happens to be closed for whatever reason this time. And basically, here's all the enemies. We've got a couple guys in sliders and just a couple guys on the ground. So, no real big deal here. We can just do some charged aerial attacks. And can't Zandatsu the sliders, but you can Zandatsu the guys on them. This isn't a ranked fight, though, so, feel free to just do whatever you want. I also don't know, why they're going intruder alert. Like, this is the only place they do that. I don't know if that's supposed to be, a reference to something or what. I'm really not sure, but it's just kind of strange to me. Alright, so I think we just got one more normal guy. Yeah, he's going to try to shoot at me. That didn't quite work. And it's, of course, also another good chance to hear that awesome battle music that takes place here. It's too bad this track is only really used for this area, but, I guess it kind of makes sense. And, of course, you can kind of explore the place if you want. There's various items hidden around, so, you can pick up whatever you need. There's also one more thing to check out in here. If we kind of look around the bottom floor here, we should find... Hey, look at that. It's a cat. This game likes cats, doesn't it? This is pretty much the return of the ninja cat from File RL1. Of course, we try to attack, backflips out of the way. Can't do anything to it. Again, wouldn't really want to anyway, so let's just sheathe our sword and continue forward. Alright, now a couple more things to get in this area. First, we're going to climb over the wall here and grab this. This is our next Endurance Plus. And now we're going to make our way up the tower. It's quite a lot easier as Sam than it is as Raiden. Remember, we had to use those lanterns. With Sam, you can just basically double jump. So it's a lot faster. Alright, now that we're up here, before we trigger this battle, this one's pretty important. Let's go ahead and get it started, though. And you can see we're going to have 4 guys kind of on the corner if you look at the mini-map. And we're going to have to take them out. Once we take out 2 of them, a slider will come and actually bring another cyborg. At that point, we actually need to take out the slider, which is kind of problematic because it's basically just there to, you know, drop off the guy and then fly away. So it can be a little bit tough to take care of. Now, it should appear now. I thought I killed 2 guys. Okay, this is going to be a little problematic to try to do. We're going to want to get the homing missile, basically just kind of, you know, have these guys run around. At this point, I should be able to do that. I got hit, but that should hit it when it stops. Yeah, looks like we got it. And you can see now it's spinning around, so that's fine. You know, you got hit a few times. You may have to sacrifice the rating, but that slider will drop an Endurance Plus. And of course, now we got all these enemies to take care of. Ah, man. I don't do so well with the heavy armored cyborgs in this as Sam. And of course, now I'm just getting hit from all angles. Alright, that's good, though. That's going to give us an opportunity to take out the heavy cyborg here. Nope. Come on, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Right, so from this point, just one more guy. Oh. Weird. He was in the parry stance, but still got hit. Oh, man. So yeah, not the cleanest battle, but really the important part is being able to get that Endurance Plus. The rating should be okay. Yeah, we came away with an A, so, you know, I'm still fine with that. Okay. And, of course, you know, we still got this thing we can take down. Of course, there's an achievement as Raiden for cutting this thing, but no such luck as Sam. We can drop down to the welcome area. Before we go in, though...
like a sword fight under the cherry blossoms.
Yep. Got to imagine Sam is definitely loving this. And we can also kind of head into the big room. No rocket launcher guy this time, but there is a table with watermelons, so, you know, let's have some fun.
At least my Murasama must feel at home here.
And I don't know why he makes that remark only after chopping the watermelons. Is that like some ancient samurai ritual or something? I have no idea. Probably not, but, you know, just it makes one wonder. Alright, so obviously we've got a fight here against a couple of Fenrir's. These guys can be a little annoying because they kind of function a lot like Blade Wolf, you know, just a lot weaker, obviously. So really, we just need to keep up the pressure here and eventually just get its armor broken so we can do a Zendatsu. I thought that might do it. That was weird, like I countered something. And it might have been a bullet, actually. I think you can do that. Alright. Just want to take one of these down. That one can be a lot. It can be very, very hectic if you've got a couple Fenrir still alive. Otherwise, it's pretty easy to use charge attacks on them because they're nowhere near as fast as Blade Wolf was. Like, they give you the slowdown, but his armor isn't actually broken yet. Oh, man. Got me on that one. Oh, man. Wanted to get it on that first slice. That would have been so cool, because he was, like, rising up towards me and everything. Okay, so now both the Fenrirs are gone, so obviously the hard part's over with. Just got one more guy here. Ah. I hate getting hit by just one guy, you know? It feels so bad. Okay, so that should finish us off. And again, well, that actually went quite well. Just a little slow on the time. So, cool, I'll take it. Okay, so now we're done with Japanese Garden. The doors in front of us open up. There's nothing else we need to collect here. We've got everything. So let's go ahead and continue down the hallway. Okay, now, before we go to our next destination, you can see there's an enemy over there, and that's of course where the objective marker is. We want to head all the way down to the end of the hall, because you can pretty clearly already see the VR mission at the end. Okay, so this is VR mission number 4, and it's basically the mother of all VR missions. This is definitely the longest one in the entire game. I mean, it's longer than any of the main game ones as well. So this is going to be basically like kind of a 10-minute thereabouts. I mean, if you're good enough at it, anywhere from like 10 to 15-minute marathon of a VR mission. So let's take out a couple guys here. Nice to get a multiple Zendatsu in the air there. That's pretty cool. So, you know, it starts out with some... Okay, I thought I got that one, but I guess not. So let's just start out with some normal guys. I mean, this is a pretty routine battle to start things off, but, you know, as you might guess, it's going to start scaling up once we start taking some of these guys out. Oh, come on. Oh, can't see. Oh, okay. Okay, just the hammer guy, so let's taunt him, and that should take him down pretty quickly. Wait for him to finish his combo. Anyway, taunting is really nice against those guys. Alright, so that finishes the first wave. Time to move on to the next, where we are going to have a bunch of Mastiffs appearing up on the ceiling. 3 of them, in fact. Don't usually fight 3 at once. It can be a little problematic. The good news is they mostly tend to kind of keep to themselves if you're not like actively attacking them. So you can pretty easily focus on one at a time, except for, you know, that right there. But occasionally they'll just get shots in. That's pretty much just how it works. Alright, so just stay locked on this one guy. Definitely want to make sure to take him out first. Oh. Alright, at this point I think I'm actually just going to go in. I can knock off all 4 of his limbs, which will defeat him instantly, so we'll just do that. I'm not too concerned about the Zendatsu because, you know, rating isn't too big a deal. I'd really just like to get this over with. Nice counter on that. Alright, so now that we're down to 2, it's a bit more manageable. There we go, got that one. Okay, then just one more. It's basically routine at this point. Again, I really don't like the... Oh, wow, okay. I guess, okay, this is apparently where the Votive Jerkas start spawning. Here's an example of the spinning attack. You can see it hits a lot of times, but if you can get a counter attack in, you can take him out instantaneously. It's probably the easiest way to do it as Sam. Alright, so it should just be one more Jerk and one more Mastiff. I'd like to take out... I guess we'll probably, yeah, we'll focus on the Votive Jerk. Okay, here's our chance. Oh, I didn't get a chance to. Okay, so do it again. Ooh, I might have got both of them, actually. Let's see, can I get over there? Alright, so that is the 3rd round complete. I guess, you know, the Mastiff kind of ran into the next one. And now we're going to have a, a Hammerhead. These guys are super easy to take out. Homing missile and then a charging aerial attack will make it blue. And then I think I got hit by a missile there. And then you can just slice it once in blade mode and it'll go down. Oh, Slider just came from out of nowhere there. That's nice. Oh, man, a machine gun. I tried to parry that, but the camera moved. There's also an example so you don't see it very often, but if you get hit and like bounce up against a wall, you can actually kind of do like a recovery strike just by pressing square. So it's super nice. Okay, so I think just 1 or 2 more sliders, maybe just 1. Yep, just the 1. Oh, watch out for the machine gun. Oh, okay, come on, it's just 1 slider, we can do this. Alright, well, hope you're not tired of fighting yet, because we've still got a ways to go. The next round is going to face us against a Gecko and a couple of Fenrir's. It's kind of a pain. The Gecko, you should probably focus on a little bit, but I've kind of found out that if you just don't really do anything to him, he'll just kind of circle around a lot. That'll give you a chance to kind of wail on these Fenrir's for a bit. I got this one in a corner here, so I can just keep using charge attacks. stunned him there, but it won't let me execute, so that's too bad. Nope. No, that was kind of a lucky Zendatsu. Alright, so one more Fenrir. I guess we can go ahead and do that. The Gecko hasn't really proved too much of a threat, so as long as it doesn't just come up from behind me here, which I see it lurking in the camera there, so it's kind of not very comforting. Nope. Oh, I think it's the first time the Fenrir has actually got to attack. There we go. Good counter. Let's go ahead and Zendatsu this guy. And then we can focus on the Gecko, which by itself shouldn't be too rough. You know, just the standard Gecko annoyance. We get a... Nope. Can we get it? I don't think we can. Nope, it went away. Oh well. Okay, so we're getting close to the end. We've still got another wave to go here with a couple of raptors. Not too bad. If there's multiple raptors, I don't really like taunting because, you know, with both of them attacking you aggressively, it can be quite a nightmare to deal with. So I like to just take out one normally, and if you remember, the second one will kind of rage when you kill the first one, and it'll get stunned after that, letting you execute it. So it's probably, yeah, that was pretty bad. It's probably a good idea to just take them out normally first. You know, at least take one down, and then the second one will pretty much take care of itself. There we go. Love getting those shots in. Let's go ahead and take that one down immediately. I don't care too much about the execution. So now that one's by itself. You can see it's gotten angry. It doesn't quite have the same effects as like making them angry from a taunt. They're not like super aggressive in this form. It's just kind of a temporary strength boost, I think. Alright, and then that one will stun itself, so we can just take it out quickly. Ah, oh well. Alright, so now we've got a wave of Gecko. Again, like I've said before, Gecko are pretty annoying as Sam. Being able to get that third hit charge attack is pretty nice, but oftentimes they'll just like grapple onto you. It's also not good that they're you know, paired up with some heavy cyborgs. Because of that, basically, they'll interrupt your counter battle with them, so it can be a bit of an annoyance. Oh man. Alright, we're not doing so well, but we're okay still. If I can finish this, there we go. I got a little bit lucky, I think. This is one more guy. Let's just go ahead and get as many shots in as we can here without getting interrupted. Ah, would have liked to have finished that. Ah, but that's good. It looks like we've broken his armor, so we should be able to Zendatsu if we get a chance. There we go. Okay, now it's just dealing with the Gecko, which aren't too bad because they can't do a whole lot by themselves. Okay, I think we're ready for the final round now, I'm pretty sure. Yep, here we go. It's going up against a Grodd. You don't really fight these things throughout the story. There's only one place you'll get to, and it's later on. So this is the first time you would ever get to encounter them. They're very, very annoying as Sam. You know, as I mentioned before, all the bosses from the main game have been stepped up here in the DLC. So they're a lot faster, they're a lot stronger, they move around a lot more. Their attacks are almost instant, some of them. So you really just have to be on your toes. See, that's so fast, you barely have time to react. And again, I would also say taunting them is not a good idea for me. I mean, if you're good enough at avoiding them, you would probably be able to get away with it, and it might help. But, you know, for me, I'd rather just have the comfort of being able to parry them. Nope. I hate those homing missiles. They just come from out of nowhere. Whoa, okay. Yeah, he does that too. I guess it's just to mess up your camera, I'm not sure. Come on, stop moving around, man. Yeah, and unfortunately he doesn't stay stunned for nearly as long either, so it's kind of annoying. You know, at least you can get one good shot at him, but that's about it. Yeah, counterattacks work pretty well, though, if you can actually manage to time that. Alright, so we're getting them close. Yeah, once he reaches 10%, you can finish him off. Don't get the Zandatsu this one, unfortunately, but we can chop it to pieces for all the trouble it caused us. And that'll finish it. So yeah, what was that? Yeah, 10.5 minutes, you know, it was about there. And I mean, that's 1,000 points for time as well. So like, that's what you're supposed to aim for. And in probably the biggest snub of Metal Gear Rising history, we don't get rewarded for that 10-minute marathon VR mission. Such is life, I guess. That's just how it goes sometimes. Like, I don't know. That does kind of get to me a little bit, that they don't even reward you at all for that. Kind of want to just wait for this guy to turn around, because I don't feel like fighting after that. Alright, fine. You want to fight? Let's do it. It's also worth mentioning, I've completely forgot to note this until now. Sam actually has a couple other moves. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. Yeah, there you go. It's got that one, which is just forward triangle. Saw him, of course, use that in his boss battle in File R06. He's also got just kind of a standard juggle, which I think is back forward triangle. Yeah, he kind of does an elbow and then an upward kick to launch enemies, and then you can go into aerial attacks from there. I just never really used them because charge attacks are basically all you need for the most part.
This place is huge.
And of course, we got enemies coming out of the elevators. Okay, did not see that guy at all. Oh, I actually de-armored the Mastiff there somehow. Might have got hit by my kick. Let's see if I can really like it. Okay, fine. I guess we just won't Zendatsu then.
Where did it come from, eh?
Oh man, I thought that would be the perfect place to actually get that kick to hit the Mastiff as well. That would have been great. Okay, that's it. I thought there would be some more, but I guess not. Cool. I love getting those just like true S ranks, you know, where you don't need the no damage. That's awesome. Alright, so before we leave, you may notice on our map we've got an enemy kind of off the path there. What this actually is you can open up this little panel. You can see we've angered a gecko, so let's go ahead and take care of that. And inside is, of course, our 4th data storage chip. So, nothing left to get here. Let's just hop in the elevator.